要不换我？
你看那个有反应了吗？那上面。
对，公开着呢啊，公开着呢。
用我手机看看有了吗？这么卡的。我是打不开一部。有了是吗？Hello everyone. I'm Dania from Yingyee Machinery. Today, let us introduce you our storage rack roll forming machine. Please see the samples. Please see the samples. On the samples, you can have the different shape of the hose. Okay, if you want to do this production line, you need decoyer. You need decoyer, the leveling part, and the punching part, and the roll forming part, and the receiving part. Okay, let us see each part of this production line. First is the decoyer. Please see the decoyer. The standard is 5 tons manual decoyer. 5 tons manual decoyer is the standard with the production line. If you want the hydraulic decoyer, you can choose the hydraulic decoyer. Please see the pictures. Hydraulic decoyer. 跟上我的节奏。
你看那个主放的像什么图呀？
一个图吗？
就一个，那个主图呢？
对，它是整个机器的图。
整个机器的图。
你放一个机器屁股。
对，没有别的啊。要不再看看？
还需要修改吗？还是？
修改看能不行？这是机器屁股对吧？
对，没有前面，我们找着了。你会放这个什么？
对呀，放机器屁股。
像不像？
再弄吧。
直接说一下。
不影响我是吗？
不影响。
Okay, if you want to do this storage rack roll forming machine, if you want to do this production line, you need decoyer, leveling part, punching machine, roll forming machine, and receiving part. Okay, let us see the details for each part. First is the decoyer. The standard is 5 tons manual decoyer. If you want the hydraulic decoyer, you can choose hydraulic decoyer. Please see the picture. This is the hydraulic decoyer. Use the hydraulic decoyer. The production line speed we will have a high complexity because the hydraulic decoyer can save time for load the material coils. Okay, next part is the leveling part. The leveling part. Because the material thickness is thicker from 1.5 to 2.5. So this leveling part is important. His function, the leveling part's function is to make the material more flat. Because the material's thickness is thicker. So please see the leveling rollers. Upper have 4 rollers, and lower have 5 rollers to straight the material. Like this to straight the material, and the material will have good effect, will more flat. And you can see in here is the motor, small motor, and the power is by the motor. The motor power is 3 kilowatt. Okay, this is the important for this production line, the leveling part. And the next part is the punching part, is the punching machine. Please see this picture of the punching machine. You can see it's very big punch machine. Because for this production line, the punching machine is very important device, because the punching machine is to make the different shape, the holes on the production line, on the finished product. You can see here is the feeding part. Here is the server feeder. Here is the server feeder. This part can let the material into the punching mold, and every time feeder fixed length you can set on the here. You can set the server feeder. Each one time can feeder fixed length. It depends on the punching machine's power. And then is the punching mode. You can see the punching mode. The punching mode is depend on the size of the different shape holes. Is we can decide the mode depend on the customer's inquiry. The punching mode. Our punching mode is good quality. It's good quality because all the holes, the heat must be in same height on the material. So the punching mode is very important, and then is the whole punching machine. Our punching machine have a high precision. Because the position of the holes are accurate. You can see the details for our samples. The size of the holes are same. We can ensure the size of the holes are same, and the position of the holes is accurate. You can see the another samples. This is our punching machine. the punching machine's power, you can choose 63 tons and 80 tons. The bigger power of the punching machine and the punching speed is more faster, because the punching power depend on the server feeding speed. If you use 80 tons of the punching power, and every time the length of the feeding material is longer than the small punching power. So if you have enough budget, you can choose a big punching power machine. Okay, the next part is the forming. Please see this picture. This is the material. The material already punch different holes. You can see the material. After punching the material into the forming part, here is the feeding part. Here is the feeding part for the forming machine. The feeding part can let the material straightness into the forming part, and then is the forming part, the roller stations. Please see the roller stations. Because this is the machines. Because the material is thicker. It's very thicker, from 1.5 to 2.5 millimeters. So the machine's main power is also needs the big power. We use two main power. Main motor. We used two main motor on this machine because the thickness is very big. So must use big motor. Please see our details. This is main motor. We use the two main motor because two main motor can make the machine's power is more balanced, and the machine need more power on the whole production line, and for the roller stations. Is tourist. The roller stations is tourist. Please see this picture. For our tourist, we made the tourist the size of each one tourist are same. So the tourist connect with the shaft. And the machine working is more stable, so the machine can have a high precision. This is advantage of our machine structure, and the machine driven by the chain. The machine driven by the chain. This is the chain in here. You can see in the picture. The machine driving by the chain. And our machine have the roller stations. 18 roller stations for forming. So the finished product will have a good effective. About the machine speed, is about 8 to 10 meters per minute, and the whole production line speed depend on the punching machine. So the machine speed is about 8 to 10 meters per minute. And our shaft of the machine is the diameter is also big. So can do the more thicker the material. Okay, let us check the let us check the next important device is the pinhole system. Here is the pinhole system. Pinhole system. His function is calculate the length of the material, and the pinhole system work together with the encoder. Can calculate the length of the material, and the pinhole system and the encoder can ensure that the finished product when into the cutting part will not cut the holes. So this is our important design, the pinhole system. Okay, let us see the picture of our encoder. Here is the encoder. The pinhole system and the encoder work together for calculate the length of the material and the finished product will have not the holes. The finished product will not cut the holes. Okay, next part is the hydraulic cutting part. You can see this picture. This is the hydraulic cutting part. You can see the guide. You can see the guide is very longer, and our cut part is the tracking moving cart. The cart can move on this guide. Okay, let us check our machine's video. Can you see the material, the finished product? Here is the hydraulic station. You can see the cut part is moving with the material when the cut part cuts. This storage rack, the welding machine, is automatically. If you want to do the different size. This angle angle must be same. This angle must be same. If the angles are same, you can use one production line to different size for the finished product. We can depend on the customer's request to make the plan. One set of rollers can do one size for the finished product. If you want more size, we can make a different line. The first plan is change all of the rollers by manual. You can, if you have good experience for the engineer, you can change the rollers, and we can make a set of rollers for the machine. You can change the rollers by manual to do the different size for the finished product. And the second plan is change the rollers. Change the integrate the rollers. We call the cassette. If you do another size of the finished product, you only can change the settle, the integrate rollers, and put on the other rollers, the other integrated rollers on the machine. This is very easy to operate. But this plan is more budget than change all the rollers by manual. So we can make the plan on the customer's budget. Okay, please see this video. The leveling part, the punching machine, the server feeder, the punching mold and the punching machine. And then is the forming part. The forming part. The machine structure is tourist. Tourist can make the machine have a high precision for the finished product. And have 18 rollers for the forming part. This is the receiving part. The receiving part. On the cutting part, if you do different size, many size for the finished product, the cut part you need by different the cut blade, and change the blade mode by manual. This is the hydraulic station. The hydraulic station supplies the oil to the cutting part. And here is the PLC system. On the PLC system, you can set the data that you want. For example, the length of each piece, and how the bottom, the start, and the cut, and the stop bottom. You can control it easily. Okay, next part. Here is the main power, the main motor. the main motor. We have two main motor on this machine to make the machine's power more balanced and have a good effective on the finished product. Okay, our production line have a high precision, because the leveling part and the punching part and the pinhole system is very important design. It's very important device because their design affect the finished product. You can see the hose. You can see the hose. The hose have same size, and the position of the hose are very accurate. And the finished product is very straightness. If you want to do one piece width is 6 meters or more longer, we can guarantee the finished product will not waste and more straightness. Okay, this is the storage rack, the forming machine. If you want to do this project, you can contact with us, and we will make a suitable plan according to your budget. Okay, next machine. Okay, that's all I want to introduce for you the storage rack, the forming machine. Okay, next machine is supermarket shelf back and lever panel.
Hello everyone, I'm Lucas from Yingyee Machinery. Today I will introduce the supermarket shelf back and layer panel reforming machine to you. And first, let's see the finished product. This product is a supermarket shelf back panel. You can see the picture. The shelf back panel in the left. It is same the product in my hands. there have a lot of holes, and if you want can do the flat panel, don't holes, okay, and you can make the small ribs on these panels. Everything you want to make, just tell me, and we will design the holes or the ribs in the finished product. Okay, this is the back panel. In the back of the supermarket shelf. And this is a layer panel of the supermarket shelf. You can see this picture. This is a position. This is a position on the supermarket shelf. Put on the shelf, and you can put the goods in the layer panel, and to show the goods on your supermarket. Okay, this is the finished product. Let's see the machine. Let's see the machine. Oh yeah, okay. This is okay, 就放那吧，放那。This is the machine making the back panel. It's making the back panel. You can see the finished product is out. Yeah. Okay. This machine is making this product. You can see the product is output from the machine. And let's see the next video. Okay, this machine is making the layer panel. You can see each part of the machine, the decoyer, the punching part, the forming part, the rulers is very long, the forming part. So the forming effective is very good, and the cutting and bending part, and the receiving part is rulers. Okay, this is a finished product. Okay, let's see each part of the machine. Let's see the details of the machine. First is the decoyer. Let's see the picture. The decoyer, we use a 310 manual decoyer as a regular standard, and you also can choose other types such as hydraulic decoyer. You also can choose, and this decoyer is load the materials. The materials usually is cold roll, or the galvanized coils. Okay, this is the decoyer is for loading the materials. Let's see the next part. Next part is leveling part. The leveling part have 11 rulers, and there are seven rulers is for ruling, for leveling the materials, because the materials is 0.6 millimeter to 1 millimeter. It's a little thicker. So it will need the leveling part to level the materials, to guarantee to ensure the material is flat, and the other four rulers in the two side of the end, two side of the leveling part is for loading and unloading, loading the materials, input the materials and output the materials, to pull the materials and to feeding the materials in the leveling part, and you can see in the up, yes, there are some rulers. These rulers is for change the distance of these rulers, to can adjust the distance, because you may be need a different thick materials to produce. Yes, these two parts also can be changed. The distance can be changed. You can see there is a small ruler. Okay, this small ruler can show the distance of the two parts of the rulers. Okay, this is the leveling part. This is the next important part. This is punching part. This picture shows the begin of the punching part is a servo feeder. This servo feeder is to measure the length, to guarantee to ensure each length of feeding is same. So the holes in the materials that you will punch in the punching part is have same distance, and the precision is very high. The holes is the distance of the holes between the holes is same, and the size is same. This is a function of the feeding part, of the several feeding part. Okay, let's see. This is the main part. 对着。没有了，就是用我的冲床吗？用你的不一样，这不是冲床，这不是冲床，这是冲筒部分。This is the main part. You can see the left part is mold. This part and this part is for putting the molds. If you want to, such as let's see the finished product. This hose is punched by punching machine because there are many holes. It can use the punching part because it needs a speed. The speed is high to punching the holes, and this punching part is not for these small holes. It's for punch the arc, and this part. Let's see this. If it is a flat panel, if it is a flat panel. The arc will have a small corner. Yeah, yes, this part will be a corner. Yes, it's for you to punch the corner. And if you want to punch big holes on the panel, we can use the punching part to make this. And you can see the side, the holes in the side is also punched by the punching part. And the angle, the small, this clip, this small clip is also made by the punching part. Okay, the punching part, the vise of the punching part can also be changed. If you want to produce different size of the panel, can change the vise. Can change the vise by manual. Okay, let's see. 不是，把它用过来。Okay, this is the punching part. This is the outputting part. Outputting part is made by two rulers. There are two rulers to pull the material from the punching part, and two small vertical rulers to ensure the materials don't move. Okay, this is the punching part, the important part. And you also, if you want to punching logo in your product, we also can make a mold for the punching part. Okay, this is all I want to introduce for the punching part. Let's see the next part. Next part is the forming part. This forming part, this is the start of the forming part, is fitting part. Also, the fitting part, the function is to guarantee to ensure the material straight into the forming part, into the rulers. Okay, let's see the rulers. You can see that each ruler is bright and is made by precision working. So the finished effective is very good. And let's see the structure. Okay, let's see the structure. The structure is special and it's different of the normal machine. This structure is Toray through shaft structure and cantilevered host structure. You can see this part. This is the Toray through shaft structure. 咱看一个成型2。Okay, this part. This is a Toray structure, and rulers. You can see is type cantilevered. And these two this part can be changed, can be moved. If you change the finished product size, if you change the size, these two parts, if you want, we can add a automatic size adjustment device into this structure. The two parts can move open and close. This is advantage for this type structure, and because we just formed in the two side of the panel. So we only need the rulers in the two side. Okay, the driven type in the forming part is gear and chain. You can see this part is chain drive and gear. And we use a 5.5 kilowatt motor to drive the rulers. And if you add a automatic size change device, there will be small motors to drive the side of the structure to close and open. Okay, this is the forming part. And let's see the next part is cart and the bending part. Why is cart and bending? Because you can see the finished product. The head. You will get pieces of the product. First, you need to cart the material from the machine, and this bending is also made by the cutting part. So this part have two function. First is cutting the product, cutting the material to get a piece, and the second is bend the head to make this flange. So we put the cart and the bend together in this part, and this part is tracking type. It worked with materials. No stop. Let's see the video. You can look more clear. This is the bending part. This is the leading part to straighten the material. And this is the punching part. You can see is punching the hole. It's punching the hole. And this is the PLC touch scheme. You can size all the size in this PLC control system. The length, the location of the holes, the size of the distance, the distance of between the holes. You can see the holes in the material and the forming part. Another PLC control system. This PLC controls the forming part, the carding and bending part. Let's see there. Let's see here more carefully. You can see they card the material. They card the material and make a small bend. It's very clear. Okay. This is our supermarket shelf back and layer panel roll forming machine. This kind of machine can make the supermarket shelf back panel. This is the back panel. This is the back panel, and can make also the layer panel. Layer panel. So if you want to make these two products, just tell me the size, show me the drawing of the finished product. We will design the machine. We need to know each size, such as the arc, the corner, the length, the size, the height of the side, the shaft of the finished product. Each part we need to know. We need to know each part the size, and after we got your size, we will design the machine for you. We will design the machine for you, and you will got a perfect machine to make the layer panel and the back panel. Okay, this is all the machine parts, all the device of the machine I want to introduce for you. Thank you for your watching. And if you are interested in this machine, please contact me, contact us. This is our website. You can search the products in our website. And thank you very much. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye. Yes. We also have next part. We want to introduce for the storage beam for you. Please wait.
我觉得你今天比昨天好。
集中讲，为什么集中讲？我俩早那什么了，直接上去看别的，或者说到这边看一个看。那个什么这都是
好。
Hi, dear friends. This is Maxim from Yingyee Machinery. And after knowing the heavy-duty storage system about the racks and the shelf, back and the layer panels, so now I'm introducing you another part of the storage racks system. This is the beams. This is the beams. Okay, first of all, let's see some beams finished products picture. Okay, this is the P-type beam. This is P-type beam. Also, some customer will call it a step beam. Step beam, and we will put the shelf and the layer panel on the step of the P beam, and another type. Okay, this is also the same one. This is also the same one. You can see the gap to hold the layer panel. To hold the layer panel, and the next sheet. This is also a P-type beam. This is also a P-type beam. But it is a little different from the other one. This is welding, point welding on the seaming part. So you can see there are some small welding dots, small welding dots on the seam part. This is with the point welding. This is with the point welding. Okay, this is also as the handhold. This is the point welding part. This is the weld pointing part, and we can see from this part this beam is the P-type beam, and on the side we will use the point welding machine to weld the seam part together, to make it more stronger and not separate. Okay, this is another type beam. This is called the box beam. This is called box beam. What is box beam? Actually, it is combined with two C-profiles, C-type profiles. Okay, I will show you an example. I will show you an example for this. Actually, this is very similar like this. This is very similar like this. This is one C profile, and this is the other one C profile. And after forming these two C profiles, and we also need a combine machine to make those C profiles together to receive a box beam that's like this. To receive a box beam like this. Of course, in this C profile, there is a small lip to hold another C profile together to make them a whole thing, a whole package. So this is the box beam, and the other one. Yes, as you can see more clear from this picture. You can see more clear from this picture. This is the final box beam profile, and it is combined with two C profiles. So to make such kind of a box beam, we need two machines. The first one is forming machine to make the C type profile, And the second machine is to combine two C profiles together to get such a box beam. Okay, next one. Okay, this is also a box beam. And you can see more clear from this. This is a theme method of the box beam. Okay, let's see the. Okay, this is a tube beam, pipe beam. Okay, this is a square shape. This is a square shape beam, and at the top you can see there are two edges. They are together. So in this part we can use the continuous welding or point welding to weld the pipe beam together to make it more stronger. Okay, so these are all the very common and basic beams we will use for the storage system. So let's see some videos to see how they produced. Okay, this is the first one. This machine is the forming machine to make the box beam. But this is the first part. This is the forming part. To use steel strips into the forming machine, and we will get a C profile. Okay, as you can see from this video, the raw material is steel strips. Because the C profile is not very big, it's not very wide. So the raw material is steel strips. And about this, we will use a 5-tone manual decoder. To hold the steel strips. Okay, go on. Okay, stop. As you can see from this part, actually the C profile, the thickness is about 1.0 to 1.5. 1.0 to 1.5. So the thickness is not very thick. So this part is the fitting part. You can see there are 4 vertical rollers are standing there to control the raw materials go straightly into the forming part. Okay. And the next step is the forming part. As you can see, the machine structure is tourist stance. And each stand will hold 1 pair rolling station. Okay, one stand will hold 1 pair, which means 2 rolling stations, 2 shafts, 2 rollers. And the standard material of the shaft is number 45 steel with chromed. And the material of the roller is CR12. And they are very common and also very suitable material for such kind of forming machine. Okay, so now first step, we need to stand these two leaves. And the next step, we will make the height and we will make the width, right? Okay, go on. As you can see from the video, the machine has very many rolling stations. It's about 15 to 17 rolling stations to make the C profiles. to form the C profiles. Okay, between the forming part and the hydraulic part, there are several, like 2 or 3 small rollers to hold and support the finished products. Go straightly into the cutting part. Go straightly into the cutting part, so that it won't be twisted. It won't be twisted. Just straight, and the form effective is very good. The form effective is very good. Okay. Okay, this is the hydraulic cutting part. This is the hydraulic cutting part. At the top, you can see the orange part. This is the hydraulic cylinder. This is hydraulic cylinder, and it is connected with 2 oil pipes. Here one, here's one, here's another one. Yeah, it is connected with 2 oil pipes with the hydraulic station. On the hydraulic station, there is a motor to push and pull the hydraulic oil into the cylinder or out of the cylinder to supply the cutting power. So this is a good design for the hydraulic cutting part, and also the material of the cutter is CR12. The straightness of the cutter is very big. It is much more enough for cutting such a C profile. As you can see, the finished products. This is a similar shape as the C profile. But you can also see there are some grooves on the bottom. You can see here there are some grooves on the bottom. It can also to increase the strength of the C profile. It can also increase the strength of the C profile. So even though it is not too thick, but the grooves will make it more stronger. So after this, we have already got a C profile, one C profile. And the next step, we need to combine 2 C profiles together to make it into a box beam. Okay, let's see a combined machine. Okay, as you can see from this picture, this is the combined machine. And how we use it? We just need to put 1 C profile as this direction, and another C profile just cover it like this, and press the start button. Then the motor will start to work and drive the rollers to drive the C profiles go inside through the combined part, and to make the lips to hold together. And after that, we will receive a whole set box beam. So as I just explained, the thickness is about 1.2 to 1.5, but after combining 2 profiles together, the box beam will be much more stronger than a single one. So this is the method. Of producing a box beam. So in a conclusion, if you want to produce the box beam, then we need two machines. The first machine is a forming machine to make the raw material steel strips into a C profile with lips. And the second machine is the combine machine. The second machine is combine machine. With this machine, we will make two C profiles together, cover with each other and hold with each other. We will get a box beam. We will get a box beam. As you can see from this video, the finished box beam is with a very good quality and it is very beautiful. And also with the two grooves on the bottom, the strength will be much more bigger. It will hold very big weight on the storage system. So this is the box beam producing method. Okay, let's see another one. This is the P-type beam. Forming machine. Actually, the P-type beam forming machine is a very complicated and expensive production line to make the P-type beam, to produce the P-beam. Because the P-beam is just with one profile. So usually the thickness of the P-beam, the thickness is about approx 2.0 millimeter. It's about 2.0 millimeter. Even some customers from some countries will request the P-beam thickness is about 2.5 millimeter to hold more weight. Okay, according to this forming machine, we can see this machine is totally different from the last one. The last one machine is driven by the gears and the chains, but this machine is driven by gearbox. You can see from the very left side. Yes, from the left side. The yellow part is the gearbox, and they will drive the universal shafts to make the rolling shafts turn, and to drive the forming rollers also turn to form the raw materials. So this is the biggest difference from the normal machine. This machine is driven by gearbox, not gear and chain. Okay, so the machine is very wide. And also it is very long, because we can see a drawing of the P-beam. Okay, as you can see from the left side, this is a finished P-beam. Right? And the P-beam's shape is a little complicated because it needs to form a little web and a little lip and make it as a letter like a P. So the forming rollers requires about 25 to 30 rolling stations to form the P-type beam. And as you can see also from the finished P-beam, the thick is very big. The thick is very big. This one is about 2.8 millimeter. 2.8 millimeter. It is already a very thick material for the forming machine. So we must use gearbox to drive the whole forming part. Okay, let's continue the video again. Okay, now you can see the gearbox is driven the shafts, universal shafts and the rolling shafts to make the raw materials runs into the forming part. From this view, you can see the machine is very long. From this view, you can see the machine is very long. And each of the on each of the shafts, there are many black parts. This is called forming spacers. What's the function of the forming spacers? It will be used to adjust the distance of the rollers. For example, if we want to produce a height about 50 millimeters, then we will put two spacers on the left part and 3 spacers on the right part. But if we want to produce a height, a P-beam as a height of 75 millimeters, then maybe we need to adjust the spacers. From right part, we pick up one to put the right part. So, which means this one set forming machine can produce several different sizes of P-type beam. I repeat again. The forming machine can produce several different sizes of P-type beam. By what? By adjusting the spacers. The black part. So, even though it is complicated and it is a very big and long production line, but it can produce several different sizes P-type beam, and the shape is also not very easy. So I think this machine is not that expensive. Okay, go on. Okay, now the material is running in the forming part. One engineer just is standing there and with tools to check each forming roller's working situation, to confirm each of the forming rolling stations can work very well, can form the material very well. So this video actually is a testing video. It is not a production video. Okay, from this view you can see the machine is very long from the start to the end. It is very long. Okay. Okay, at this part, we can approximately see the finished products. We can see the P-type beam. Almost done after this forming roller. As you can see, at the last several rollers, there are more spacers to adjust and to change, to adjust the different size of the P-beam. Okay, so now we almost get a finished P-beam. Okay, at the end of the forming part, there are two vertical rollers. This is one and this is one. There are two vertical rollers to hold and to make the P-beam also go straight to the next part. Okay, now we can see a finished. Now we can see a finished P-beam here from this view. Okay, from this view we can see the P-beam. It is upside down as the finished products. Upside down from the finished products. Why the forming direction is as this? Because at the top we need to weld it with a welding machine. Okay, go on. Okay, now we have a half-finished P-beam. We have half-finished P-beam. Why it is half-finished? Because now it will go to the next part. It is the welding part. Okay, in this part, they will use mostly vertical rollers to make the two edges even more closer. So that we can weld at the seam part. You can see here. Okay. Okay, now I will explain. Okay, now according to this finished P-beam, I will explain to you how to make the welding part. Actually, after forming, the finished product is upside down, and the seaming part is on the top. So that we can make the welding on the top side. And we will use some vertical rollers to make the edges more closer. Then we will use a welding part to weld the seam part together to make it a fully finished P-beam. At the welding part, actually, we can choose some different solutions. The first solution is the point welding. Okay, what is the point welding? Actually, this is the point welding. You can see there are some welding dots. There. It will weld and to make, for example, 1 or 2 seconds, and the welding head will lift up. And when the profile like some distance, like 100 millimeters or 150 millimeters, then the welding head will go down to weld the seaming part. So this is the welding part. This is the welding. This is point welding. This is point welding method, right? And actually, if we use the point welding method, the hole speed will be a little faster. Why? Because the profiles will it is not necessary to welding the part the welding head always touch with the seaming part. So the speed will be a little faster. But if you want to make a fully and continuous welding, then the speed will be slower. Why? Because the welding head will be always touching the seaming part, and the welding speed is slow. So the whole production speed is also very slow. But here is the question. If we increase the welding machine to another level, like laser welding or HF welding, then the welding speed will be more faster than the common welding. Okay, so here I explained you several different beams, and also I explained you some different welding methods, right? Okay, let me make a conclusion. Okay, we usually have some big box beams, right? Yes. This is the very basic and very common beam. This is the box beam, right? Box beam. And when we need to hold a bigger weight, then the box beam size and thick will increase. So at the box beam forming machine, we can also make several different sizes of the box beam. This is the first solution. And also we have pipe beam. Yes. As you can see from this drawing, actually it has also several different sizes. The width is fixable as 50 millimeters. The thickness is also fixable as 2.5 millimeters. But the height is changeable. It's about 100, 110, 120, 130, 140 millimeters. To match different weight holding requirements. And also on the top of the pipe beam. Okay, at the top of the pipe beam, it is the seaming part. We can just keep the seaming part as the draw. They are just very close, but they are without welding. Right? And with such kind of a pipe beam, we can also use it without any problems. But if you are worried about the strength, then we can also use the welding machine to make the seaming part welded, to make it more stronger, and it can supply more strength. Okay, this is the pipe beam. is the second solution. Okay, next solution is the P-type beam. Right? It is the P-type beam. Okay, actually this P-type beam is the most complicated type beam because of the thickness is big and the shape is also very complicated, right? It's just like a letter P, just like letter P, and also the forming part for the P-type beam is also complicated. It's also complicated. As we can see from the video, the forming part is very long. It will with about 20 to 25 rolling stations. And also the forming machine will be driven by gearbox, so that the forming effective is the best. Okay, we use the gearbox to drive the forming part to make the forming effective is the best, and also the precision is highest. And we can produce several different sizes of P-type beam on one machine by adjusting the forming spacers. Okay, after forming, we need a welding machine. To weld the seam part. You can choose. This is your requirement. This is your choice. You can choose the point welding or continuous welding. Of course, the point welding will be a little faster than the continuous welding, but the most fastest welding method is the HF welding. Right? It is already a totally different welding method. But by using these two welding methods, we can both make the welding part together, and they will not be broken down, and to hold the shelf or back or layer panels. So this is the beams and what's the beams function and how we produce the beams. Okay, so this is the introduction of the beams. This is also a very important part on in the storage system. Okay, so now let's welcome our next colleague to tell you another part of the storage system.
Hello everyone, I'm Olivia from Yingyee Machinery. Today I will introduce our C profile for the storage system, and it called C profile or bracing. We can see it as C profile. It has groove on the bottom side. We can also do this type. The bottom side is flat. It's flat style, and we can also do the many holes on the bottom. Okay. The hole style we can choose oval hole or round hole. Many types if you want to do. Next, I will introduce our machine for the bracing. First, I will introduce our common one. And we can see, look at this picture. It's our common bracing machine. The machine structure is a wall panel. We can see this is the wall panel. And the thickness of wall panel is very big and is very strong and has long service time. The quality is very good and can bear the heavy power. And first, I will introduce the first type is decoyer. We can choose manual decoyer. Let's look at a picture. This is the 3-tooth manual decoyer, and this is 5-tooth hydraulic decoyer. Both of them you can choose. The manual decoyer is the power is driven by the reforming machine. It's no power. It's passive driven by the reforming part. And the hydraulic decoyer is driven by the hydraulic station. It will has a motor. It will has a motor to make the hydraulic oil through the hydraulic pump enter into the hydraulic cylinder and make the decoyer move. And it also have a sensor. If the coil is be finished and the decoyer will be stopped. It's very automatic, and all of this decoyer is very easy to operate. This is the decoyer. And the next part is the feeding part. Okay, I will introduce, we can look at this picture. The far-way, the set of far-way is the feeding part. We can put the raw material into the reforming part. It will have 2 rollers to tension the raw material and make the material straight into the reforming part, and it will not be twist. it will has no twist, and after the feeding part is the reforming part. The reforming part I introduce to you right now. The machine structure is Plc System, and our is wall panel, and our wall panel is thicker, and it very strong and has long service life. And then it's the rollers, shaft and rollers. 这个是导数的，没有算，没有算，就是等我们吃。The rollers and the roller material is GCR 15, and the hardness is very high, and it will make the finished product has good forming effective, and the shaft diameter is we will design the shaft diameter according to your drawings. It will has different shaft diameter, but the diameter is big. It will make the shaft and the rollers very strong. And after the reforming part, it is the cutting device, and this is the cutting device. The cutting device is also hydraulic cutting. It also have a motor to drive the hydraulic oil through the oil pipe, enter the cylinder, and make the cutter move and cut the finished products. And if you have holes on it, then before the cutting device, we will have a punching device to punch the holes. The oval holes or round holes, if you want to do, we can also design the punching device according to your request. And the cutting device is the hydraulic mold cut. We will make the cutting mold to cut the finished product. And this machine is our common one. The machine, we can see the whole machine is not very long and not very big. We can see it's not very long and big, but our machine is better than the other very cheap machine. Our machine is also very cheap, but the quality is also very good. So this is the best choice to let you start the business of brazing. If you want to do the business of brazing, you can choose this common one. It's a best choice. It's cheap, and the quality is also very good. And we can see the orange and yellow Plc control system. We can see the Plc control system, the yellow and white, orange and white. The box, the cabinet is the Plc control system. We can set the value of cutting length and punching quantity and length into the Plc. We can enter the value in by touch screen. it's very easy to operate, and the whole line is very automatically. There also has many buttons on it. All of this button, we can see the round one, the red one. The red one is the emergency stop, emergency stop button. If you want to stop the machine by accident, and you can press the button, press the red button to stop the machine emergency. Okay, this is our first machine, and next I will introduce our better machine. We can look at this picture. This is our better machine. We can see the difference of this machine. The difference between these two machines is the machine structure is tourist stand, and the last machine is wall panel. The tourist stand is stronger than the wall panel. Why? Because it has it's more thicker, and it has been polished very well, and the precision is higher than the wall panel, and the overall body is very well and stronger. And we can see the cutter is 45 degree. We can choose the cutter into 45 degree or 45 degree or 90 degree. Both of them you can choose. If you want to make the cutter for 45 degrees, you can choose this one, and we can also make this machine's cutter for the 90 degree cutter. Okay, I will introduce the machine of each part one by one. The first is also the decoyer. I introduced to you right now the manual decoyer and the hydraulic decoyer. Both of them you can choose, and the advantage and function I introduced to you right now. I also introduced to you right now. The manual decoyer has no power. It's passive driven by the root forming part, and the hydraulic decoyer it has power. The motor will make the hydraulic oil through the oil pump and enter the cylinder and make the decoyer to move. And it also has sensor to if the coil is be finished and the decoyer will be stopped. It's very automatic, and both of them is easy to operate. And then the next part is the fitting part. 看视频的。Okay, let's look at the video. We can see this. We can see the decoiler is different from I introduced to, the two decoiler I introduced to you right now. It is a double head decoiler. We can also choose the double head decoiler. This function of decoiler is if one set of the coil is be finished, you just need to turn this head to the other directions, and another set of coil is turned to the before the roll forming part, and it's very easy to operate, and also has a hydraulic one. The hydraulic one is the same to the one head hydraulic decoiler. I will not say it again. And after the decoiler is the feeding part. The feeding part also has two rollers, and to tension the raw material, and it will has four parts to adjust the feeding wise. And we can see the machine structure is torus stand, and the torus stand has been polished very well, and it has high hardness and high precision, and it will make the machine has long service life and has high precision. This is the most difference from the last machine. And we can see the roller. The roller is much bigger. It's much bigger than the first one. And the shaft diameter is about 60 millimeter, and the shaft diameter is very big, and it has more stronger power. And then let's go on. We can see the cabinet, PLC control system. This is the hydraulic cutter. And before the hydraulic cutter, and after the reforming part, and before the hydraulic cutter, there has a turkey head. We can see this is the turkey head. This turkey head will make the finished product very straight into the punching and cutting device. Will not make the finished product twist. Will not twist. If there has no this device, the finished product maybe twist, and the forming effective is very bad. So this is an important device for the machine. And then we can see the cutting device is moving. It has a servo motor to drive the cutting device to move, and the speed can reach 30 meters per minute. Because the punching and cutting device is no-stop cutting, so the machine speed is fast. It can reach 30 meters per minute. Okay. The cutting device, the punching and cutting device, is also the hydraulic one. We can see the hydraulic station, and it has the yellow part is the motor. This is the motor. To make the hydraulic oil through the oil pump and enter the cylinder and make the hydraulic cutting hydraulic cutting cut the finished product, cut the C profile, and the servo motor can make the punching and cutting device to move. It's no-stop cutting and make the speed, the machine speed is faster. And we can see this table. This is the collection table. It will hold the C profile, and the C profile will not drop on the ground. This is our faster machine. This cutting device is no-stop cutting. We also have another machine. It's almost same to this one, but the cutting device is stop cutting. We can see this one. This cutting device is stand on the machine is not move. This is the stop cutting, and before the cutting device is the punching logo device. We can also design this part to make the punching hole device.
今天我有点问题，然后等一下，师傅打电话你说一下，师傅。
Okay, this is our another machine. It's almost the same to our no-stop cutting machine. The most difference is this punching device and punching and cutting device is stop cutting. It cannot move. This is the most difference between these two machines. Okay. Next, our colleague will introduce to you the other. I will let our colleague to introduce the storage system to you. Continue. If you want to know more details, please contact us. That's all. Thank you.
A picture for all the system of the products.
你得先把这是一个那个什么，你得先把你这个按照我的，这只是你这个就是分区的那个，你是想看哪个整体的那个整体照片？
Okay, let's see these pictures. Let's see these pictures to see more system, the full system of the storage system. You can see the final products standing in the photos. It including the upright rack, and the beam, and the bracing and side hook, and also including the shelf, and some other accessories. And our colleague already introduced you for each part of them, how to make each part of them already. Okay, I will make a conclusion. For the first is for the storage rack. This is the sample for the storage rack. The storage rack will standing in the floor, on the floor. It will be the most important part of the storage system. Here are many different kinds of storage rack. You can see there are these two are very different. One is big and another is smaller. But the usage of the rack are the same. They are all standing on the floor to bear the weight of the goods on the shelf. This is for the storage rack. This is the first part. My colleague introduced you for the storage rack reforming machine. It's do with the reforming machine, with punching machine, punch the holes. It's for doing the storage rack. And after the storage rack, my next colleague already introduced you for the shelf, like this kind, and also introduce you the back shelf of the storage. This is very famous in supermarket. Because you can see when you come to the store, and you can see here are many storage system in the supermarket. This is one part for the storage system. It is on the back of the storage system. And this picture this part in the picture didn't show. So I just show in my hand for the samples. And for this kinds of shelf, it's also one part for the storage system. This one is made for the heavy storage system. For heavy storage system, it is suitable for the storage This will help you to store some goods on its panels. Like this, it will be installed like this. It's in the middle part. It's in the middle part of this of the picture. In the picture. Okay. After the shelf, my next colleague already introduced you for the beam. But now you didn't see any samples. Okay, let's see a picture for the beam first. Okay, you can see here is the beam. And here is the beam. The beam is combined with the storage rack. Between the storage rack and the beam, Here will be a set hook to combine the beam and the storage rack. And you can see this is the beam. For the beam, here are different kinds of beam. Let's see the picture one by one. Okay, see this one. This one is named combined beam. This one is named combined beam, and we also have another one for the P beam. For the P beam, you can see the difference of these two kinds of beam. The first difference is for the shapes. The shapes of the two beams are very different, and you also can see you also can confirm which one is more better. Of course, the P beam is more better because it's more stronger. Let's see the picture for the combined beam first. I will introduce for that machine first. Okay, you can see this beam. This beam is doing by two kinds of C purlin, two kinds of C channel, and the two kinds of C channel will be combined like this. So it will be a beam. So it is only make the two kinds of products combined in one products. So it will not very strong. The P beam is more stronger than this one. Okay, these are two kinds of beam. Okay, let's see another part of the storage rack, of the storage system for the bracing. The bracing will be like this type. It will be installed in the storage system like this. It's a bracing to make the storage system more stronger and no easier to damage. To help the power more stronger to bear the goods on the beam, on the shelf. This is for the bracing. For the bracing machine, here you can see here are many holes. And for doing this machine, my colleague already introduced you some machines to make these products. It will have the Decoyer, reforming part and punching part to make these products. There are many schemes you can choose, like the cutting way, hydraulic cutting, or non-stop cutting, or fixed cutting you can choose. There are many ways to do this kind of products. Okay, after this kind of products, here will be other kinds of products, other kinds of accessories for the storage rack system. You can see here. This is the set hook. It will be combine the storage rack and the beam. It is welding together. With beam, and then here will be some screws to install the set hook into the storage rack. And on the bottom of the storage rack, here will be one pedestal for make the storage rack more stable. It will be standing on a smooth floor. It will be very stable with a pedestal. Okay, this is another two parts of the storage rack system. for the side hook and the pedestal. The pedestal is also welding. Onto the storage rack. Also are welding onto the storage rack, and the side hook is also welding on the storage rack. If you also want to make the pedestal and side hook with machine, I suggest you to do with this kind of products with punching machine. With punching machine and punching mode, it will do the small parts as you need, like the side hook and pedestal. So it's very easy to do these small accessories. But you cannot, it is very small, but it will be have important, it is very important in the storage rack system. So these parts are all the system of the storage rack system. And we all know that for the storage rack system, they will be combined together. They will be combined together. So for the machine precision, it need high precision machine to make each part of the products, because for the storage rack here are many holes, and for the beam, for example, this is a beam. The beam is combined to the storage rack. It also need to make high precision, because we need to make sure the beam is very straight. It need to each layer need to combine with the host. So the machine, you need a high precision machine to make these kinds of products. This is for the storage rack part. Upright for the upright rack, and the bracing. Bracing also very important. It will be help the shelf can bear more heavy goods. And this is today the products my colleague introduced. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 parts. There are 6 parts of the storage rack system. Because let me conclude which part. First, for the heavy storage system, they are including the beam. First is the beam. The second one is the upright rack system, and another is the bracing. After the bracing, here needs the side hook. After the side hook, it will here also need for the shelf. To make the shelf. So it's total 6 for the heavy storage rack. 6 parts for the heavy storage rack. But this for the heavy storage system, and there are also for supermarket storage. Storage back shelf. This is for the storage back shelf. For the supermarket shelf back and layer panel. and layer panel. They also including the beam upright, the beam upright rack, bracing side hook, and the shelf and the back shelf system. So total it will be 5 parts for make the supermarket shelf, to make the supermarket storage system. So today our introduction for the storage system, for heavy storage system and supermarket storage system. So today's our live show will be finished soon. Thank you for your watching. Let's see you next time.